This is going to go well. I can tell.
It's not complicated at all.
No. We're going to be fine.
Yeah. Should be fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. We're back.
We're back, baby.
Back, baby.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully the audience can appreciate it.
Yeah. They might hate me.
Oh, no. No one could hate you.
Maybe not hate. Maybe that's a strong word.
It's a strong word.
But it's like, that girl. Talking about things she doesn't know.
No.
Again.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Nathan on Shuffle and to our latest episode here. We're kind of trying something out new, but I have Jana here with me.
Hi.
For this experiment.
It's going to be fun.
We thought what might be fun. I tend to do a lot of ranking episodes on this channel, ranking the albums of different artists. But I thought a way to involve Jana, since she's not really as familiar with these albums, is for her to give her ranking just based on the artwork on the album covers.
So he ranks the music, I rank the art.
Yeah. And we'll try to
having no context a lot of the times for the music. Yeah. So keep that in mind. I'm just ranking the art.
Yeah, it's just purely the art for her. I'll be talking about the music side and how I would rank the albums musically. So hopefully it gives you kind of two different perspectives, kind of fun. I'm hoping, we can go through these pretty quick. I have lengthier album rankings episodes for most of these artists if you want to get a deeper dive
into link to that.
My thoughts. But this time I'm going to be a lot more succinct and just run through them pretty quick. Yeah. So.
Okay. So what we're doing today?
Yeah, today we're doing Yes. I thought Yes would be a perfect way to start. And since they have such a huge discography, we're just going to do the first 10 albums of Yes, up, their self-titled first album all the way up to Drama. So that'll give us 10 good albums to rank and talk about. And I guess we can get into it. I think we're just going to switch back and forth. So.
Yeah, and I said this just before that, I have no context a lot of the time for the music that's on these albums. So even though I've heard a lot of these songs through this channel, I couldn't tell you what album these songs were on. I know I can recognize Roundabout from the very beginning. That one I know really well. I have no idea what album it's on. So that I'm a singles music person. I listen to singles as opposed to full albums. So this is interesting. Why are we doing this? For the fun of it, and because we can.
Yeah.
So, it'll be fun, I hope.
Okay. So I guess we'll start with you.
Okay.
And then we can end on me when this is all said and done. And I'm just going to put the album cover, between us, up here, so that you can see what album we're talking about. Especially
not these.
No, not the ones behind us on the wall. Just
a floating image.
A floating image between us that I'll pull in momentarily. But just especially with Jana talking about the artwork, I think it's good to get a picture of the art while we're talking. So
my first one, there we go.
Okay.
And I'm going, for me, worst to best.
Yeah, mine as well. That's the idea.
So I guess in 10th place is this one. I feel like this is the very first one, right?
Yeah, this is their first album. So
the reason I ranked this fairly low is because I feel like I could do that. I don't know if that's the real reason. It just doesn't strike visual interest in me, and it's just kind of plain, and we all did that in 7th grade. Is that harsh? Am I being too harsh already?
Fine. That's kind of part of the game here. So
okay.
And just realize this is Jana's opinions, and I know other people in the comments.
Don't blame him.
Yeah.
This was my idea. So.
I'm not actually a big connoisseur of artwork, so it's hard for me to determine what's good and bad in art. So
I'm an amateur artist, and so I have some interest in art, and this one's all right.
Okay.
I don't know. It just doesn't strike me.
That's fair.
All right, you're number 10.
Remember, art, it's all just subjective. This is just how
everybody's free to totally disagree.
Feels to us. So for me, it's going to be the same album as my number 10 for the music side. And I talk about this a bit on my channel, where sometimes the early albums of these bands are a little rough around the edges. Like, it's the band still finding their footing, figuring out their sound. So it doesn't feel as like classic Yes, like what I'm used to. So for that reason, it's probably ranked pretty low. But there's still some good tracks on it. And you still have like a lot of the core great members of the band. You still have John Anderson singing, and, you know, of course, Chris Squire's there. You got Bill Bruford. So it's a really great lineup and really great promise for what's to come, but it's just a little too rough around the edges for me to be considered in the pantheon of some of their best works.
So we matched on the very first one.
Yeah, and that'll probably be the only time. I'm just kidding.
You haven't seen my full list. I feel like you've seen the first couple just setting up the
video.
video.
Just trying to set up.
So this will all be a surprise to you.
Yeah.
And I've gone on record that I don't really like those Roger Dean.
Oh, yeah. Roger Dean art covers.
Yeah. But I might surprise you in this list.
Okay.
So, we'll see.
We'll see. Okay, let's move to your number 2, which looks like it's the Yes album.
The Yes album. To me, why I ranked this so low is just because it feels unfinished. And I know that that's like the purpose behind it, that it's meant to look like a film reel. But I don't know. It just seems like a really bad photo, like somebody took years ago. That's too dark and you can't see all the details, and I don't know.
It's funny. Jana roasts classic album covers. That's the other title for this.
Everyone's going to hate me.
No. I think it's okay.
It's okay?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yeah, that's fair. So that's your number 9.
Everybody gets an opinion, right?
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so my number 9 would be Time in a Word from 1970, which is their second album. And for much the same reason as why the self-titled debut is number 10. It's just early Yes. It's not quite dialed in yet. I like this slightly more than the debut. I feel like it's slightly more polished. They're starting to find their footing a little bit better. And this one involves some like orchestration and stuff, which I think is an interesting additional element to the music. But it's still not quite there to like the Yes that I know and love, which comes on the subsequent record, which we'll talk about a little bit later down the line. But yeah, that's my choice for number 9.
Okay. All right, number 8 for me.
This is like a heartbreaking one, but go for it. I'm just kidding.
Ranked number 8.
Number 8, okay.
Is this cover. It's fine. It's kind of plain. Nice ombre effect.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where it's like... It's like not necessarily the artwork on its own like is thrilling to me, but just the association with this being such a like classic album. It's hard to see it so low. But
I think this is where context of what is on the album gives love to the album cover, and I've heard Cruise to the Edge.
Close to the
Edge. I've been on Cruise to the Edge. I've heard the song, but I don't have that love that so many people have for it. And just looking at this with not really any preconceived idea of what's on it, you know, it's kind of plain. Okay. But that, I think, is also why the music element of it is so important, because sometimes you can have something that is very plain, but it hides something very beautiful. And so that's what I think that this is. But the cover on its own, kind of plain. Okay. And your number 8? All
right, so my number 8 is Tormato from 1978, which I actually like more than the general public, I think. Like, I think a lot of people dislike this album. It's one of the probably lesser Yes albums, but I have a lot of love for this. I think it's really nicely done. But yeah, compared to all their other output in the 70s, this is definitely on the weaker side. But it has some really great tracks like Don't Kill the Whale, Future Times, Rejoice, On the Silent Wings of Freedom. I think Onward is a beautiful track. So it still has like that classic Yes lineup that I love, but doesn't feel quite as special as like the albums that come before it. It's like you can tell it's not quite to the same quality, but it's close. And so I just have a lot of love for it. My parents really like this album, so that ticks it up a notch a little bit in my eyes. But I could see the flaws, and I could see why a lot of people rate this a little bit lower.
All right.
You're number 7.
Number 7 is this one with the naked guy on it. And this one, I ranked it here number 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It feels very different from a lot of the other albums that I was looking at in this group of 10.
Yeah.
And so it stood out that in that way, that it felt like very like corporate, futuristic type of thing. All these sharp, harsh lines, but juxtaposed next to the like curviness of a human body, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay. Cool.
I think that it's fine. I think there are others on here that I like a lot more. At least 6 more that I like more than this one.
Okay. I think that's about right to me. So
yeah.
I think that's a good place.
Okay. Yay.
All right. So now my number 7 is Drama by Yes. Well, they're all by Yes. But my number 7 is Drama, 1980. This is the last album we're covering on the list. And I think it's surprisingly great because, a lot of people don't care for this one because it's the only one on this list that doesn't have John Anderson on it.
1980.
1980, yeah.
That's a good year.
Yeah, I like that year. And it's a really surprising album with how cool it is. Like, the guys from the Buggles come on and kind of add a new flavor to the mix. Machine Messiah is a really cool opening track with some cool, like, kind of harder edges to Yes's sound that I think is a fun new dimension. Tempest Fugit is one of my favorite, like, shorter Yes tracks, and it's just a really surprising, fun album, and a lot of great Chris Squire bass work and all that kind of stuff. So I really like it. I don't think it quite measures up to, of course, the top 6 on this list are, like, all-time classics that I would give 5 stars to. This is probably just right hovering underneath, not quite to that level, but still better than it gets credit for. I think this is a really good, fun album.
Cool.
All right, now we get to your number.
This is my number 6.
Okay.
And mine in a row are the 2 naked ones. So this is another naked one. And I didn't realize it was like a naked body until like I scrolled in and like looked at it.
Yeah.
Which I think is a neat element when it comes to art, when you're able to make landscapes and things look like the human body. And so I think that was very beautiful here. And I like the way that the lines all like point, lead to a direction, and it has that perspective. And then the black and white color scheme is good too. So I thought this one was pretty good. All
right. Very cool. All right. So my number 6 album is Going for the One, from 1977. And I know a lot of people really love this album and would rank it maybe even higher, but I think it's brilliant. I think it's has one of their best pieces, of course, Awaken. The title track isn't one of my favorites, honestly, that starts the record, which maybe knocks it down a bit of a notch, but all in all, it's still a classic Yes record, and I really have grown to love it even more. I was initially not considering this in the same league as the other classic 70s records that I'm going to be talking about shortly, but over time I've grown in my appreciation, and I think it's right on the same level, especially turn of the century Wonder Stories, Awaken. Those are
I've heard those,
really
right?
Beautiful tracks. Yeah, we've done those certainly on the channel. Yeah. So yeah,
cool.
Really good album that I think a lot of other people would put even higher than this, but this is my
good
ranking.
Album with a mediocre cover.
Fair enough. I'm not gonna say this is one of my favorite covers, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. And so this is number 5.
Yes,
right, we're on number 5.
I believe so.
And this is where I'm going to get into the row of
the Roger Dean
covers, which I've said before that I haven't really been a fan necessarily of these covers, But I was thinking about that a little bit more as I was preparing for this. And it's more that, like, I'm not a fan of these covers when compared to new modern covers. And because they look old-fashioned to me. And they've got that little bit of blurry effect, you know, or they're just not as crisp and clean. I don't know. I mean, it's art, so it's not supposed to necessarily be that way. But to me, it looks old-fashioned, and it looks like it's been faded, and it looks like it's like old. Old. So this one I picked as number 5 because another thing that I'm not always a fan of when it comes to albums is a lot of like just random album covers. I mean, random things on the cover that don't have like a cohesive like theme or don't fit in with a cohesive theme. So that's why this one is ranked here, because there's random cats and like a bird and, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Green mountains with snowy peaks in the back. I don't know.
That's fair. I think
and a weird like sand dune in the front.
I think that's about a right spot for it.
Yeah?
So.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm doing it right?
You're doing great, hon.
Okay. Okay. Your turn. Number 5.
All right. Number 5 for me is the Yes album from 1971. And now we're getting into like the excellent records. You know, this is
Classic Yes.
Classic Yes. I love this one to death. I think it's like a great entry point into Yes. Like, has a lot of their big hits, like Yours Is No Disgrace, Starship Trooper, I've Seen All Good People. Like, this is just when they finally dialed into the version of Yes that I really love. And, you know, adding Steve Howe really adds that extra element that they've been looking for.
Have I heard any of these?
Probably. I believe we've done
Perpetual Change?
most of it.
Really?
Well, I feel like we've probably, if I'm going by memory, I want to say we've done Yours Is No Disgrace and Starship Trooper and I've Seen All Good People. We might not have done Perpetual Change yet, but we may have even done that too. I don't know. But I'd have to check our archives to see what we've covered. But yeah, it's just a great entry point. It's when Yes finally dialed in and like figured out their sound, in my opinion.
This is why this is your prog channel and not mine.
It's okay. We've done so many like of our shuffles. I'm starting to like legitimately not remember which songs we've covered and haven't. So it's a little bit embarrassing. I need to have a better like catalog system of like what we've done and not done. So
that's the whole point about the shuffle, is you never know, and you
Yeah.
never know what you're gonna get. It's okay.
Okay.
It's meant to be a little, you know, flaky.
Sure.
All right.
Let's move on to your number 5, right?
Number 4.
Number 4. Sorry, you didn't number yours. It's hard.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Number 4.
Number 4.
Which one is this?
This is Fragile.
This is a real popular one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great cover.
I ranked this number 4 because I like the color scheme. I think it's really beautiful. I think that it has a unique picture and image. I really like albums that have a circle in the middle. Like, I found that to be a theme in when I've done like album rankings before based on their art on the channel years ago, probably at this point. I honed into the ones that had like circles in the middle because it makes, I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm getting a hug. I don't know, or giving a hug or but I like this one, and I think it's visually interesting. I think it's got all these trees on it and these little peaks on this little tiny world and and a boat. And it's got just a good color scheme. So I think that is what is most striking, that it has like this greenish yellow up against this purple black universe, sky, galaxy, whatever you want to call it. And it's very pretty.
Awesome.
So
very pretty. And coincidentally enough, I believe I could just stay on this picture. Yeah. My next one is Fragile as well. Is my number 4. Classic album. This is the one with Roundabout on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you were curious, which of these albums actually has what you'd probably consider your favorite Yes song, I would guess.
Yeah, it is.
So that's the song that opens this record, and it's a really interesting record because it's split up between band tracks, like where the full band plays, and then each band member gets their own solo track on this record as well. Just very short usually, and just kind of showcasing their talent and like their kind of musical style, so to speak. This is also the first album I believe that Rick Wakeman is on, so you get a little bit of a classical themed kind of track from him. But
we saw him on the cruise.
Yeah.
He played the piano?
He did. He played...
Yeah. He was great. He was so funny.
Yeah.
He was
awesome.
so funny and, like, so talented. And he's, like, you know, in his British accent, which I can't do, but he was like, you know, I'm gonna... This song was originally, like, 8 hours long, so strap in. You know? Or something like that. It was really fun.
Yeah.
He had to be there.
He was awesome.
He was amazing.
And so I like that idea. I think it's cool to have the separate, you know, solo tracks, but I do also feel like it can lead to the album feeling a bit disjointed at the same time. But the band tracks are all amazing. You know, you've got Roundabout, you've got Heart of the Sunrise closes the album, which is also one of my favorite Yes songs, one I'm fairly certain we haven't covered, which I'm really excited to get to someday.
Maybe we'll shuffle into it. We're gonna film shuffles right after this.
Yeah, maybe that'll work out. We'll see.
Let's cross our fingers.
So, yeah, just a brilliant album. Definitely a classic of theirs. Highly regarded by everyone. I love the cover. I think it's very striking, and it speaks to my kind of love of, like, sci-fi fantasy a little bit. So, and, yeah, it's just classic Yes. What more could you ask for, right? So with that...
Not much more.
we'll move to your... you're better at knowing your count.
Number 3! This one.
Tales from Topographic Oceans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know. Sometimes the script is like so fancy that I can't read it like this far, like when it's so tiny on the screen. So
yeah, sorry.
And I just don't have instant recognition, you know, with this.
Yeah.
I mean, you tell me to pull up all the NSYNC albums, I could instantly name those albums.
Oh,
or the Weird Al ones, I could do that too,
Okay.
you know. Instant recognition. I don't have that with these, so.
Fair.
This one I really liked. This one was, it looks cleaner to me, like even though it's still Roger Deanart.
Yeah.
So it's still Roger Deanart, and so, but it looks cleaner to me. I feel like the rocks and everything are more in focus, and it has these two rock formations like in the foreground and the midground, and then one far in the back with that moon back there, and then the beautiful night sky. I just think that's lovely. It just sets like a very nice image, and because it has the word ocean in the title, even though there's no ocean in sight, it's still like, because of that word and like the nighttime sky just being so vast, it just, I don't know, appears to me like it's a vast album, you know.
Yeah.
That's the,
which is really fair.
that's the impression that I get from the artwork.
Very cool. I don't want to spoil my thoughts, which will be coming soon, but
You know, these are my thoughts. Wait for your thoughts.
yeah, exactly.
All right. That was my number 3.
Okay, my number 3 is Relayer from 1974. I really love this record. I think it's kind of along the same lines as Close to the Edge. It's framed very similarly. It has only 3 tracks on it. The first big epic, Gates of Delirium, and then 2 kind of shorter tracks. And I just love how these tracks work together. I love the Gates of Delirium, which is like a crazy battle scene with a great ending to it. And the other 2 tracks are awesome in their own way. You know, you've got Sound Chaser, which is just kind of a fun, vibrant track, and then a really pleasing, calm kind of closer with To Be Over. You get the introduction of Patrick Moraz on keyboards, who adds a very energetic, like spirited kind of version to his playing. So I really enjoy this record a whole lot. I think it's classic Yes. I think they really came across something really special here that is maybe a slight bit underrated. I think pretty much every prog fan loves this record, but it's just
underrated. You ranked it number 3.
I know. I'm just saying where I rank it compared to what the general populace would rank it is. Like, I don't think people consider this quite as strong as Close to the Edge, which obviously I haven't ranked that yet, so I consider Close to the Edge stronger too, but I think they're a lot closer than people give it credit for. Like, this is just a really classic record in prog music, so
Okay.
love it.
Cool. Well, my number 2, we can just stay
Yeah,
on this
that's what I
picture, is Relayer.
Yeah.
Relayer, and I liked this one. It was very fantastical and made me think of, a little bit of Lord of the Rings and that type of like epic fantasy.
For sure.
And I read fantasy and I read epic fantasy. I read sci-fi and I read like all these books with these like, sometimes these really beautiful covers, and I really like this. I like this also because maybe it's just me, but I feel like I see like little faces in like in the mountains, like in the background.
Right.
And I think that's like a little cool like detail.
Yeah,
the
that's
horses,
cool.
of course. And horses, of course.
A horse, of course.
And then the snake in the very front where you don't see its head, so you don't know where that snake is. So he's being sneaky.
And I feel like I probably should have brought like the actual vinyl cover, because I feel like if you fold it out, it like you could see even more of this cover, which is really cool. But yeah, this would probably be my favorite of the covers, so I'm glad you ranked it high. I think
I ranked it pretty high.
Cover-wise, this is probably my favorite.
It was number 1 for a long time.
Okay. All right, so my number 2 is Tales from Topographic Oceans from 1973. I really adore this record. It's very special to me and near to my heart. I know it's my dad's favorite Yes record, so that's a big part of it. He always talks about how he's like memorized this album, and it's what he puts on in his mind, like if he's having trouble like falling asleep or something. Like, this is
cool.
like a very special album, and I think this is probably what I should have been mentioning when I say this album is a bit controversial, actually, and I think a lot of people can't really get into it. It's it's only 4 tracks. It's a double album, so every single song is like 20 minutes long. So it's a very long album. It's all epics, and some of the epics, your mileage may vary. Some people just don't like it. Some people think it meanders a bit too much, or that they put too much in there. It's not cohesive enough. The Ancient in particular gets a lot of flack because there's just a lot of kind of odd percussive elements, and it just kind of can be a bit harsh to listen to at times. But I just think the creativity of this album is like the peak creativity of Yes. Like, this is them at their most adventurous, their most progressive, just like trying something really experimental. And to me, it's just fascinating. It's just such a great album to like listen to repeatedly and constantly uncover new and great elements to it. And it's just a classic. This, some people may argue this is like where prog kind of jumped the shark and got a little too excessive and pretentious and all that, but I love it for that. It's like the most progressive rock record to me that exists, and for that I just love it.
You lost me at all epics.
Yeah, I figured. We've done one of the epics, I believe.
have?
I believe we've done the Revealing Science of God
Okay.
as a reaction, but we haven't done the other ones, which would be a lot of fun also.
Would it though?
To me it would, I think.
All right, one day.
One day. We'll see. We'll see how brave you are. Here we go.
And my number 1
Wow.
Yes album artwork.
This is about as controversial as it gets, I think.
I loved this one. Once I like zeroed in and like really looked at it and looked at all the details, I love this one.
Okay.
And it's okay if you don't agree, What is this one called?
Tormato.
Yeah. You say tomato, I say tomato.
Fair.
Like I just like this one. I think that it's really unique. It really like brings in the title of it. It makes it it's I don't know, it's just a little bit more unique to me. Like I'm assuming that's a drummer because it looks like he has drumsticks.
Maybe. I've never really understood what this cover is, but
Or maybe
Could
he has
be.
like long chopsticks and he's chopping up this tomato. I don't know. I like the wild interpretation of it. I like the seeds flying everywhere. That it like implies that it's a tornado and like or a tomato. You know,
yeah.
I really like it, and the guy looks so fine in his fancy suit, and you know he's dressed for his party, and he's gonna cause a ruckus and cause a tornado. What's it called? Tornado?
Tornado.
Tornado. So I like this one a lot, and I like that. I like the color scheme of it. That it's all very blue, grays, blacks in the background, very like subtle in the background, and then you have that pop of that red tomato splattered and destroyed all over the page, and I just really like it. This one struck me, and it wasn't at the top of my list for a long time, but as I kept like moving albums, I started with the very first one, the one with the speech bubble, and
self-titled.
So I started there because that was the first one, and then I looked at the second one, and I was like, do I like this one more or less than that one? And then like I add them in. And when I added this one in where I thought it was going to go, where I thought it should go, and then like I reviewed the whole list, and I was like, I like this one. This one is fun. And I moved it up, and then I moved it up again. And then I'm like, do I like it more than this epic fantasy? I think I do. Okay. And so I moved it up again because it has a striking color balance, and I really, really like that.
That's cool.
So the last one, what was Relayer? Was that the
Relayer.
last one that I picked?
Yeah, that's it.
That one had that like that very like white color scheme, you know, which is beautiful. But I like when you can throw in a pop of color. I think that's very. I think it enhances it even more. So.
All right.
So number one, yes album.
Okay. I don't know if anyone.
Tornado.
Let me know in the comments if anyone in the world would put this number one.
For art or for music?
Either. No, I'm just kidding. I see what you're saying. I think it's interesting cover for sure.
It's all right. You don't have to agree with me.
No, I think
people will not agree with me.
That's cool. I like how you have unique taste. It proves that you like are just doing what you think and not
just
like
the art.
Trying to pander to what you think people want to see.
Have I heard any of these?
I don't know if we've ever done a song from this album, but we should.
Maybe it'll come up in shuffle.
You never know.
Okay, what's your number one?
All right, my number one's pretty obvious. It's the classic. It's close to the edge.
The one with the most boring album.
Yeah, you ranked this album cover very low.
This is where it's a very plain cover.
Yeah.
But then you unwrap it and it's like explodes with music.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And it's hard for me to not rank this number one because I think if someone was to ask, like, what is progressive rock? Like, what's the one progressive rock album I should hear to know what this genre is all about? I think this is the album. This is the pinnacle and peak of progressive rock. Like, this is just a perfect album and showcases all that's great about prog. You know, it has that big epic to start the record that's just fantastic. It starts off chaotic and crazy, but it gets supremely beautiful and majestic and has this like incredible like heavenly organ solo and all this stuff going on, but it's rocking and has just that awesome Chris Squire bass line. And then you get And You and I, which is just such a beautiful romantic kind of track that just has like great acoustic guitar and just beauty to it. And Siberian Khatru, just a fun like closer that gives you a lot of energy and excitement. So it's just the perfect package of music to me.
I think I've heard all of these songs. Is that correct?
Yeah, we've definitely reacted to all these songs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you were saying these titles and I'm like, oh, we've done that. Oh, we've done that. Oh my gosh, have we done all of this album?
I made it a point to like do the whole album, so.
Oh, he's sneaking into the shuffle.
No, well, we did like, there was a time where I was doing like a month per artist kind of thing, like Month, Genesis Month. And when it was Yes Month, we were actually like flirting with reacting to full albums throughout this time period, which we kind of abandoned a little bit, but.
My fault.
But my thought for Yes was to kind of finish out Close to the Edge as kind of our album listen, even though we'd already done like And You and I at least at that point. So,
and we did Close to the Edge right before Cruise to the Edge.
Yeah, And so I thought, okay, we just close it out with Siberian Khatru, and then we've done them all. So perfect. But yeah, I just think this is the perfect prog album and hard to top. I think this is like the peak of what prog was able to do in its heyday.
Nice.
So there you have it. I guess that's where we'll close it, on Close to the Edge.
And Tormato.
And Tormato, the top 2 Yes albums according to us.
Yay!
Yay, we did it. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us. Let us know in the comments. This is kind of an experiment. Hopefully you're okay with the style, and
you better be.
We were a little bit loose, and like we're still figuring it out, so maybe there's some glitches along the way, but we're doing our best here. But we thought it would be fun and interesting framework to talk about this. And if you guys like these videos, we'll think about doing other artists. Let us know in the comments like other artists you might be interested in.
You have all your rankings. Everybody out there ranks their albums. Go ask your significant other to rank their albums, the covers, and see what they think. I'm curious.
Yeah.
Like, go ask your significant other or somebody in your life and say, hey, can you rank these albums? What's the best one? I'm just curious.
That'd be fun. Yeah, and maybe someday we'll have to continue onward and do the other Yes albums also. So we'll see. But
we've got lots that we could do.
Yeah, there's a lot of ideas, a lot of bands.
I have lots of opinions about art, so.
Yeah.
And I can give them freely.
That sounds good. No one would want anything else. So. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And we'll catch you hopefully in a future episode.
Subscribe.
Enjoy the music, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.